Welcome to Average House Price. In these videos, I take a look at houses that are currently available for under the average house price. It's June now, and the current average house price in the UK as of March 2025 is £271,000, according to the UK House Price Index. I'm going to be taking a look at 3 different houses listed for under that price, this time looking in the English city of Norwich. Let's see what we can find for under that current average house price. As usual, doing our search for average house price houses in the UK, I'm going to be looking on the Rightmove website. So I'll type in here Norwich, in Norfolk, and for sale. And then I'll look at the max house price. I'll put it as 280, so quite a bit above the current average house price, but it'll include that 270 and 271,000 pounds. So let's do a search. This is our first place in Norwich today, Knowsley Road in Norwich. Offers in the region of £270,000, so just right around that average house price figure of £271,000. Not exactly sure which one it is, whether it's this one here that's 60 or the one in next to it, which is either 58 or 62, I believe. Either way, they're both fairly featureless. But from looking for these pictures here, there's a little bit more interesting inside, but outside a bit plain, but not terrible. And either one, both have a bit of a plain sort of front garden, or just a rubbish front garden really. No plants or anything, which is a bit depressing, I guess. But yeah, if I had these places, I'd put quite a few plants in the front garden and just make it look a little bit nicer from the front. But let's take a look through this place. So there's the front of the house again. Not sure which one it is, but we'll keep going. Looks like a residential street, not too busy from the looks of things. Now this looks like the living and dining room, probably combined, but nice looking place. I like the paint colour there, that looks nice. They've got an indoor clothesline there, so you can lower that and dry clothes or lift it up and have them hanging high. So pretty practical and really nice looking floorboards there on an angle as well, and then stairs going up from here as well. They look like they've been changed recently, like a new addition. They don't look like the original stairs, but they kind of go across the room rather than going with the room. Normally they'd probably go this way up that wall. Plus they're metal as well, so they look like they've been reasonably recently changed. But that's a nice looking living and dining room. And there's another view, so you've got an old fireplace there, which is good. It looks like it's a usable fireplace, and obviously I don't know for sure, but it doesn't look like it's been blocked off or anything from what I can see. But yeah, and there's another one up there too, and then some nice shelving along there, and I think they're probably built in those cupboards there, so a bit of storage there. Looks like they're using them for albums and books and things like that. Let's check out the next room. Oh, same room still. Yeah, just another view looking back down towards the front door from the dining table. And there's that other fireplace there. That one looks less like it's being used than the other one. Well, neither look like they're being used, but this one looks like it may be blocked off, possibly. And there's just another view of the living room area of that living dining space. From the looks of it, it looks like there may be a little entrance nook there. So it was probably the one that had the entrance that went out. So the middle, the one with the paint on the outside of the brickwork. And here's the kitchen further on from that dining space. So it's a looks like recently improved kitchen. Those doors look fairly newish. It's a galley kitchen. Got a nice big window there, which is helpful. It's got fair bit of cupboard and storage space there. And there's just another view looking back that way. And I don't know if it's the way out to the back space or if that is through to another room first. We'll see later on. And here's a bathroom here. That looks like the same door, so maybe this is on the ground floor as well. So shower over a bathtub, toilet there, got a sink there. And looks like they've been added recently and kind of messed with the tiles a little bit there. And here is one of the bedrooms. So again, another fireplace. This one definitely not a working fireplace, just been bricked up. But adds a nice feature to the room, having that brick breaking up the plastering around the other walls. And looks like there's another space through there. I don't know if that's another bedroom or not. We'll have to see, but got a window there, potentially looking out to the rear of the house. And there's just another picture of that bedroom. It's not massive, not a whole heap of storage, but again, it's got floorboards and that nice wall there, original brick from the chimneys, which adds a nice touch to the room. And this was that other room coming off it, so I don't know if this is just used as a walk-in wardrobe, but this is where all the storage is because they've got obviously cupboard there for storage, some drawers there for storage. I'm not sure whether that is a cot or something there, but I guess that's what it could also be used for. If you have a newborn baby, you could have them sleep in that room so they're still nice and close to you. There's no room in your own room. And that is that room again, looking back out towards the bedroom again. So not really big enough for an actual bedroom, but you can have hangers and storage in here for that main room there. So that makes sense because there wasn't a lot of room for storage in that room. Here's another bedroom. This one's a nice size. It looks like there's some cupboards there. I don't think they're built in. And then some drawers over there and a desk. So enough room for a desk and everything. So it's a pretty decent size. And that looks like it looks out to the front of the house. And there's that bedroom again, just from a different angle. So they're not really built in, but they have cupboards that do fit that space perfectly. And you could always have some built-ins put in there if you needed to. But yeah, nice and light with that window there. And again, you've got another fireplace there. Don't know if that one doesn't look like it's being used, but could potentially be used as a fireplace if needed. Although I did see radiators throughout the house, so I'm sure it's warm enough without the fireplaces. And here's the rear garden, so enough room to grow a few herbs and smaller veggies and things like that. And looks like a bike storage unit there. Don't know if that comes with the house, and a small shed at the back. Not an amazing garden by any stretch of the imagination, mostly concreted. A little bit depressing, but they've done the best they can with it, I think, by growing a few veggies and herbs and things and flowers in this space. You potentially rip up some of that concrete and grow some more to hide some of that fencing maybe and some of that housing across the back there. And there's another view of they're growing at the back there. And a look back towards the house, so that's the view there. I don't know if that is whether that leads back into the house, that door there. I'm assuming it does, and maybe the kitchen and bathroom are behind that. I don't know. We'll have a look soon at that. And there's a view from the front. So it was that one there with the painted exterior and that little entrance room there, which is always helpful to have if you want to store your coats and things like that, or take your muddy boots off or anything like that. And back to that first view again. So we'll go back here and then take a look at the floor plan. So there it is, that lounge diner, and there was that staircase that had been put in the middle there. So it looks like that's been moved, and that comes through the middle of the two bedrooms there. Storage cabinet in that bedroom there, And then there was that other. It says it's a bedroom there, but it was pretty small, that one. It was really just storage. So it's more of a 2-bedroom this one, I think. I mean, you could have it as a child's room, maybe off the parents' room, but only for when they're very young. I don't think children would really want to have to go through their parents' room, or the parents would want their children to go through their room all the time to get to their bedroom. Some might, but in most cases, I would think not. And there's the door that leads out to the back, so that was when we're looking through there, so it was leading back into the house. There's the kitchen, and the bathroom is only downstairs, so you kind of got to go back down the stairs all the way out there to go to the toilet or to have a shower or anything like that, and then go through the kitchen again. So not ideal, but for the price, it's not too bad, I guess. And we'll have a look here. So it's a terraced house, as we could see, 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 745 square foot, freehold. And we'll have a little look down here at any other information here. Investors only, purchase restricted to cash buyers and buy to let buyers. Okay, so maybe you can't actually move into this place. Tenants in situ offering immediate hassle-free rental income. So it's actually the investment place, this one, which is a bit of a shame because, yeah, I'm looking at houses people can actually buy to live in. But yeah, it says here, set in the ever popular NR3, just moments from the Stanley and the Artichoke. Not sure what they are, maybe bars, pubs, not sure. Council tax band B, so that's low council tax. Parking, yes. Garden, yes. Very small garden. And we'll check out the energy performance certificate. It is currently 65, so just within D, almost a C, just below C level, and then could potentially get to 84, so B, energy certificate rating. Now we'll go down here and have a look at what's nearby. So as far as stations go, we've got Norwich Station, which is a mile away, so you're not too far from the centre of town there. It's only a mile to the station. I'm assuming that's, yeah, well, the station is right near the city centre. And Selhouse Station, 4.5 miles. And as far as schools go, we've got Magdalen Gates Primary School, 0.1 of a mile, so really close to that one. Hofstede Good. George White Junior School, 0.2 miles. Hofstede Good. Sewell Park Academy, another state school. Hofstede Good, 0.4 miles. And the Angel Road Junior School, which is Ofsted, requires improvement, another state school, 0.3 miles. So quite a lot of schools nearby, and I think at least the top 2 and the bottom one are all primary schools, and then Sewell Park Academy may be a secondary school. I'm not 100% sure. Now we'll just look on the map. I know there's that Angel Road Infant School there. Now I know we were close to the city centre because it did say it was only a mile away to the station, but we'll just have a look here. Oh yeah, there's some of those pubs there, the Artichoke and the Stanley. Got the brewery tap up there, the Rosebery, Duke of Wellington. So quite a lot of bars nearby, which is helpful. Nice big green space over there, Mousehold Heath. And then you have, let's just zoom down a little bit here. So you've got to cross the river, River Wensum, to get to the Norwich city centre, but not too far. So you've got to head down here. I'm surprised it's only a mile to the station. It looks a little further than that, but it is saying that, so I'll believe them. And then you've got the castle and Norwich Market here. So fairly close to the city centre, really. You've just got to head down here and you're there basically once you cross the river. Okay, so that is our first place here in Norwich. Moving on to our second property in Norwich. We've got this one here in Cardiff Road, Norwich, guide price £270,000. And this one, it's another terrace place, like the first one, although this one has a little bit more character to it, I think. More interesting brick, and then has some other features out the front there, like this bay window, and then also just some LED light above the door there. So just a few more features than the first one. But let's go through the photos and take a look. Has some tile work out the front here, so a little bit more interesting than the other one too because of that tile work, I think. And it looks like it's somewhere to store your bike there as well, which is always quite nice. And the only thing is I would prefer maybe some more greenery out the front here. There's a few things growing out here, some wildflowers out the front there, which add a little bit of character, but I think maybe even just some potted plants because it's tiled would be quite nice because you've got that bench there as well to sit on, which is also a nice feature. And we'll have a look at the next photo. So this looks like the living room, fireplace there, and nicely decorated, quite eclectic. A lot of colours in this room, which is always interesting. But yeah, nice big sofa over there, and then a couple of chairs here. Just yeah, quite well decorated, I think, and floorboards on the floor there. And that fireplace is quite nice as well. Don't know if that's able to be used or not, but yeah, still a nice looking feature there. And there's just another view looking back to that bay window there, and then the front door. And then this looks like the dining area, which is probably next door to that living space. Quite a lot of pictures on the wall there, and then yeah, another colour on the wall there, which adds to it a little bit. They've gone with a bit of a yellow theme there, and even got some bananas hanging off that. There's decoration on the table there, and then more bananas in the bowl there. Very much into their yellows in this room. Even the cat's bed or dog's bed is yellow down there. And then there's the kitchen through there, and another fireplace, which is interesting and a nice feature to have. And then you've got a window there to let in some light, and it looks like a bathroom there through the kitchen. And here's the kitchen, looks fairly modern. Looks like it's been updated recently. Got a little bit more green in this room as well as the yellow, so they're kind of moving to a different theme, a bit more of a lime green theme in here, although a lot of the kitchen appliances are red on the bench top there. But yeah, nice looking galley kitchen there. Again with a nice window there behind the sink. And then it looks like yeah, bathroom through there further on. And there's that dining room again. So yeah, very eclectically decorated, but very interesting to look at. I like the look of it a lot. And there's those bananas hanging there, as I mentioned before. And here is the kitchen again, and it looks like the fridge is lime green. It's keeping up the lime green theme. And here's the bathroom. It's got a bit of a blue and white theme, this one, from the looks of things. I've picked a bit of an accent colour for each of the rooms, which is always adds some interest to a property. I quite like it. I don't know if everyone does, but I like it. So yeah, bath there. Not sure if that's, no, it looks like a shower over a bath because I think this is just where the door opens into. So I doubt there's a shower there. There may be, but I don't think there is. And then you've got a sink and a toilet here. And upstairs now into the bedrooms. So this looks probably the main bedroom. Fairly large. Looks like they've painted the floorboards. Obviously that's not for everyone. I don't mind it too much, but some people may not be into it as much. Then you've got a door there. I don't know if that's out to the hallway or if that is a storage room. But it's a nice looking room. Fairly large. Yep, so that room next door is a storage room for clothes, obviously. So it's a bit of a walk-in wardrobe, which is helpful to have. And it looks like that's covering a window there. I don't know why that. Oh, that's a blind, is it? I don't know. Maybe it is a blind covering that window. And this is another bedroom. Again, painted floorboards. Nice colour on the wall. Nice bright colour. And a big window there. I think that's looking out onto the street. I think the other bedroom is the one with the storage room that looked out to the rear of the property, and this one looks out to the front, I think. But decent sized room from the looks of things. And there's just another view of it. So plenty of space on this side of the room. You're definitely not lacking space there. And here's the rear of the property, so that door just before the bathroom, I believe, just behind the kitchen, leads out here. Then you've got some steps up there to what looks like a nice garden there. It's got quite a bit of plant life going on there, some greenery there. So interesting looking. And here's the rear garden here. So it's, yeah, really nice. It's got quite a few established trees and shrubs around to keep it interesting looking. Kind of blocks out all your neighbours, so it feels like you're secluded a little bit there. And you've got chairs and tables there in the middle. So I'm quite a fan of that rear garden. And here it is, just the front of the property again. So all in all, quite a nice place. Don't know if this one's listed as 2 or 3 bedrooms, but I think it only seemed to have the 2 bedrooms from what I could see. So we'll scroll down a little bit here. Terraced house, it says 3 bedrooms. Again, I think they're trying to claim that little room off the main bedroom as a bedroom, but I don't know about that. It doesn't really. I mean, it could be used as a bedroom, but you don't you have to go through another bedroom to get to it. So it's sort of a little strange. 1 bathroom, 803 square foot, freehold. And we'll take a look at the floor plan here. So entrance into that lounge room there, and then pass through here, the stairway up there. It looks like a cupboard off that dining room there. There was the dining room. The kitchen through there, that was the way out into the back garden. And then here's the bathroom there. And there was a shower behind the door there. So where those tiles were across that part wall there was a shower behind there. So you've got a shower and a bath, which is quite decent, really. And then when you go up the stairs, you're up here, you've got the main bedroom there, which was the one that looked out to the front. So I thought that was the second bedroom, but they're calling that one the main. I would have thought that was the main one there. They're calling it bedroom 2 because that one has the third bedroom, which really isn't a bedroom. It's not very big. I mean, you could fit a single bed in there possibly, but you wouldn't have room for much more in there, which it's better used as a storage for that second bedroom there. Now we'll go and have a look at some of the key features. Guide price 270 to 280, so you probably have to negotiate a little bit to get it within that average house price. It did say up here 270,000, but it looks like they're wanting a little more if it's 270 to 280. 2 double bedrooms with a third room accessed via the main bedroom, currently used as a walk-in wardrobe, so we did see that. Mid-terraced house nestled in the desirable Golden Triangle. I'm not sure. I know Norwich fairly well, but I don't know where the Golden Triangle is. I've been there a few times, but don't know where that is. Council tax B, so similar to the first place. Parking on street with a permit. Garden, yes, which was quite a nice garden, really. And accessibility, ask agent. Energy performance certificate, ask agent, so there isn't one there listed for it. And then that's where it is in the area of Nelson, it says there, which must be part of that Golden Triangle area. And we'll see where it is in relation to train stations. Norwich Station, 1.4 miles, so a little bit of a walk, but not too bad, really. And then Selhouse Station, 5.9 miles. Schools, you have Avenue Junior School, 0.1 of a mile away, Ofsted Good, so that is very close by. You have Red Balloon Educational Trust, Norfolk, 0.2 miles. Parkside School, Norwich, outstanding, Ofsted, 0.2 miles, so that's a good school to be near. And then another one, Recreation Road Infant School, outstanding, 0.2 miles. So a couple of outstanding schools nearby, so that is a really good feature of this place. And we'll just open the map here and take a look where it is in relation to the Norwich City Centre. So the city centre's over there, not too far away. And you've got a couple of bars nearby too, the Garden House, Blue Joanna. Oh, that's a restaurant, sorry, Blue Joanna. The Black Horse, another bar. Connaught Kitchen, so a cafe there. The Cat House Norwich, another cafe there. and a few more bars down here too. And you've got a Co-op supermarket over that way. Sainsbury's down there, and then obviously everything that the city centre has to offer over here. And then there's a station over there. And for fans of the Canaries, Carrow Road Football Stadium is over here. So it's in a fairly good location. I'm not sure where the Golden Triangle is in Norwich, but this house is apparently part of it. And you've also, up here, you've got the Norwich Community Health and Care NHS facility up there. So I don't know if that's an actual hospital or not, but it is close by, which is helpful. Looks like another hospital down here too. So there we have our second property in Norwich. Here's the third and final property for Norwich. This one's in Meadow Close in Norwich. And a bit of an A-shaped house here. And obviously living area above there. Big paved area at the front here. I'm not a massive fan of that. I think there should be more greenery at the front of houses rather than just parking spots, but each to their own. Obviously, the person who bought this could always change that, lift some of those pavers and make this a bit of a greener space. But let's have a look at the photos for this property. So £270,000 is the asking price for this one, so just within that average house price. And as I said, interesting looking house. Not an amazing looking house, but it's okay. And just this front area here, I really don't like. I think they should, and same with the neighbours here too, just do something about that. Obviously, you can have a driveway up there and park in there or something like that, but having all this paved, and there's a few plants around there, but I think really you should have a lot more plants there to allow a lot more water into the ground there. And this looks like the garden. So nice-ish looking garden. Could obviously be improved a fair bit. But yeah, there's a few, there's a shrub over there, a few plants around here, and obviously, yeah, some beds here that can be, veggies and things like that can be grown in. And there's a water butt over there to collect water off the shed here. From the looks of things, it looks reasonable. And here is a living space. I don't know if this is the only living room, but it's a bit, not the greatest of colours. I'd probably make that a little brighter. Not a big fan of that decorative pattern on the roof either, or the carpet either. To be honest, I think it could do with a bit of an update, this place. And there's just that room again. You have a fireplace there though, which is reasonable. And then also a dining space in this room as well, and nice big windows. And there's just another view of that same room again. Here's the kitchen, again, bit of a yellowy colour. Yellow can be okay, I guess, but I just don't know about this shade of yellow and that sort of texture on the walls either. And that light as well, I really don't like those fluorescent tube lights. Reasonably okay kitchen size-wise, but a little bit dated, so it could do with a little bit of improvement. And here's another one, almost exactly the same photo as last time. Not sure why that's there. And that looks like the entrance, or the exit of the house into the back garden. This looks like a little conservatory type area, but not full conservatory, just big windows now. Possibly was a conservatory at some time, but it's been closed in, and it's got a roof there, so you're not getting as hot in summer, which is very helpful. This looks like one of the bedrooms or a study. There's a desk in there, and then that's just got that area outside there, I think, that conservatory, the built-in conservatory area out there. Here's another bedroom. Not sure if this is the main one, but it has got a double bed in it. This looks like it's in that in the roof space, in that A-shaped roof, judging by the sides of the ceilings there. And that's got a view possibly out to the back. Not 100% sure, but looks okay. Not a massive room though. But we'll see if there's another main bedroom. Here's another bedroom, again in that upstairs area. This one's okay. It's reasonable. Here's the bathroom. So you got a bathtub. Looks like the toilet there. Basin over there. I'm not sure about this section here, whether there's a shower in this part as well. So there could be a shower and a bath potentially. And it looks like a nice enough bathroom, that one. Here's just the view from the front again. And there's another view of the back garden. So it looks like there's a couple of sheds there. And it's not huge, to be honest. It's got that little grassed area there, a few shrubs here, or grasses there, and then another sort of paved area here. And there's just one more view of the back garden. And a view from the garden looking back at the house. Another water butt there for collecting water, which is always handy. And just one more view of the back garden. And back to the front again. So I'll have a look at the floor plan here. If we check this out, entrance here into the hall. Got a lounge diner there. That was that first room we saw, I think. Kitchen there, and then you've got a downstairs bedroom. That's what that other bedroom there was, and that potentially leads out into that what they call a garden room, which was looks like at one stage a conservatory that's been covered over, and then a storeroom over there, which I guess is at the end of the driveway there. I think that's what that is, which is handy for storage. And then a cupboard down there up the stairs, and then you've got two bedrooms upstairs. Eaves there, don't know what that is. That might be a little room you can sit in up there. Didn't really see any pictures of that. There's the bathroom. No shower in there. Actually, it must be a shower over a bath, quite small. And then a cupboard over here as well. Go back and take a look at any other features of this. So linked detached house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, freehold tenure. It council tax doesn't have the council tax burned. Parking, yes, there was plenty of parking on that paved area out the front there. Garden, yes, not very big though. Energy performance certificate, we'll have a quick look at that. Here it is here, so currently at 59, not great, but it's sort of around the middle of sort of the energy efficiency scale, and you could get it up to an 83, so a B rating there. And environmental impact, same again, so having a fair bit of an environmental impact at the moment, but could lower the CO2 emissions potentially to get that to an 80. Go back here again and just see where this place is and what's nearby. So it looks like it's in the Helsden area of Norwich. Stations nearby, Norwich Station 3 miles. And as far as schools go, we have Firstside Junior School, 0.2 miles. Heather Avenue Infant School, 0.4 miles. Kinsale Junior School, 0.5 miles. And they've listed that one again for some reason, but slightly further away the second time it's been listed, unless there's 2 campuses of the one school possibly. So a few primary schools nearby. And we'll just open the map and see where it is in relation to Norwich City Centre and some other things around. So there's a little bar or pub there, the Bull, Helsden. There's a shopping centre there, Dixon Shopping Centre. And what else? A restaurant up there. Looks like an airport up the top there, close to the Norwich Airport. And we'll scroll down here. So it's a little way out from town here from the looks of things. Yeah, got a little bit of a way to go, and there's a Norwich city centre there, so it is a fair way out of the centre of town, that one. So I probably prefer the first two just for the location, really. Obviously, yeah, same price. You don't get a whole lot more for this one, which is further out, really. Garden was maybe slightly bigger, being further out, but yeah, interesting enough to check out the 3 different houses here in Norwich. So they were the 3 places we were able to find in Norwich this time on average house price. Obviously not as good a quality as some of the houses we found in some of the recent videos in the north of England, but that's obviously because Norwich is a little closer to London. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button and also subscribe to see more videos like this. And let me know in the comments if there's any other cities within the UK you'd like me to check out, and I'll do that in future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Average House Price.